What's up guys, it's Ryantium here, and today we are back once again in Stellaris Console Edition with the PSI-SNAIL Annihilators. And that's right you guys, and don't snap! Is going to be an awesome freaking day. So guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. So I'm very happy that I was able to get my Xbox working correctly. For some reason, my games were not loading whenever I would turn, the Xbox on. And for some reason, my Xbox thought it was December 12th of 2019. Not a damn clue as to why, but hey, we're here now with the PSI-SNAIL Annihilator. So, those of you who commented on the last episode of the Lock-in Mechanists video, thank you so much for the input that you gave me. It was very nice, and it was very good to help me kind of understand what you guys want to see. So I saw hive mind, and I saw mainly violent species and stuff like that. But the one thing that I took away from that was a lot of people, they like the psionic route when it comes to the Ascension perks. So that's exactly what we're going to do as the Fanatical Purifiers. So what we are is we are the PSI-SNAIL Annihilators, we are an Imperial Blood Court, and we are fanatic xenophobic spiritualists. We are intelligent, adaptive, slow learners, slow breeders, but we are strong. We have the humanoid ship set, the xenophobe voice, as well as the fanatic purifiers and the police state. Now what's nice about police state is the fact that it gives you additional unity from your enforcers, but also gives you a +5 to your stability on all of your planets. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with the PSI-SNAIL Annihilators. And let's go ahead and select them as the one that we want. So we're going to stay on the medium star empire, 400 stars, 2 spiral arms, and we're going to have 6 AI empires. And then advanced AI empires is going to be off. Fallen empires is 2, Marauders empire is 2. Tech tradition cost, we always keep that down because it's more fun to play that way. We're going to turn this down to 1.5. Primitive civilizations will keep up to ×5 so that most of the worlds we find do actually have primitives on them. Crisis strength, we're going to go ahead and bring that bad boy down to 2.5. The mid-game start year is at 2300. With the end-game start year being at 2350, but we're going to turn that down to 2300. So mid-game year will be at 2275, mid-game, end-game start year will be at 2300. The reason being we're starting with 0.25 times to our tech and tradition, so we're going to be very powerful by the time we get to the end-game crisis. And the victory year, we'll go ahead and just turn that bad boy off because, well, I don't really care about that. We will be playing on, let's see, there was Cadet, we were on Captain last time. Let's try it on Commodore, we'll see how we do. Actually, no, let's try it on Captain. Scaling difficulty is on, AI aggressiveness is normal, Empire placement random, Advanced neighbors is off, Hyperlane density is at 0.5, Abandoned gateways and wormholes at 1, Guaranteed habitable worlds time 2, and then Iron Man mode so that we can't do anything silly and crazy with saving. So, without further ado, let's get into the PSI-SNAIL Annihilators. Okay, and we have started on the bottom edge of the galaxy. A very nice place to spawn, if I do say so myself. And I'm pretty happy about this little spot that we've got right here. So, we are in the home system of Scion, on the home planet of Psionia. And we are on an Arctic world. So we have a size 19 Arctic world, which is wonderful. And because we are fanatical purifiers, we do have some awesome bonuses to our empire. So we cannot engage in diplomacy with other species because we find them repulsive. The PSI-SNAIL Annihilators will not ribble-rabble with other species. We cannot access the galactic market. We have the purification casus belli on every other species. And xenopops will always be purged. And we gain unity from purging xenopops. Now the wonderful thing about this is we also have the Armageddon bombardment stance, and then we get into the massive bonuses that we get for being fanatic purifiers. Plus 33% ship fire rate, plus 33% army damage, minus 25% ship cost, and a plus 33 to our naval capacity, plus 33% to our naval capacity from the beginning. That is insanely powerful. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to pick a direction to send our first science ship off into the darks of space. And we're going to be trying to get them as much stuff as possible. We want as much storage research from our anomalies as possible because we're going to be able to control pretty quickly if we have stored research. But because we are adaptive, what is it? We are adaptive, right? Yes, so we have adaptive, meaning we have a plus 10% habitability on all of the planets that we're going to find, which means those 80% habitable planets that we find in the beginning, those are most likely going to be 90% habitable, which will be great for us. Now, we'll go ahead and start with all of this stuff, and like I said, we are going to follow the psionic route of Ascension. So no biological ascension and no machines, which means, because we are indeed spiritualist, robot workers are going to be outlawed. That is indeed correct. So we have aggressive and closed borders, Armageddon stance, resettlement is allowed, food policy, that's fine for now, slavery, we're not going to enslave anybody, we are simply just going to purge the ever-loving crap out of them, because slavery will not help us with this empire, because we don't care about the Xenos. We find them to be beneath us, but at the same time, we find them to be so far beneath us that they do not deserve to live. But then let's go ahead and bump this up to 20. That way when we're ready to reinforce, we'll be good to go. And I believe we're ready to go now. So let's start this bad boy off. And so begins, so begins our new playthrough of the PSI-SNAIL Annihilators. Now keep in mind, our leader names are kind of actually hilarious. I chose the SPQR, the humanoid ones, so we've got Marcellus Castius, Tertius Sidonius, Marcus Modius, and Lucia Fufius. It's pretty great, honestly. But yeah, so we have the Roman names, if you will. It's kind of funny. But let's go ahead and start building a second science ship. There we are. Now, another event that I would love to get working on this one.
Anomaly found.
Oh, good lord, that's a big one. Okay, that's not fun. We're just going to go ahead and let you move on past that one. I would love to try and get the Worm in Waiting event, because I want to praise the worm. Now, the way you do that is, I believe you take a science ship and jump them in and out.
Complete.
Jump them in and out of a black hole system, if I'm not mistaken. I've never actually gotten it in all the time that I've played on Stellaris. Through both PC and on Xbox, I have yet to get the Worm in Waiting event. So I'm very interested to see how it works. So once we get up to that black hole system, we should probably, have a ship jump in and out until we get that. Let's go ahead and throw on a resilient leader right there. And let's send this guy out to here. We'll have him just, discover all this stuff out here, and we'll see where he goes from there. But let's see, the first one that we're going to go into. So adaptability is new because we don't want to do diplomacy with anybody. Now the reason I would come down here is because of adaptive ecology, right here, the third one that you can go into. This gives you a free building slot. We'll probably go into this once we have a couple of the different, planets on lockdown. But honestly, we're probably going to want to be expanding pretty quickly. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to adopt expansion, then the starbase influence cost, and then our first ascension perk that we're going to take is going to probably be, where's it at? Interstellar Dominion? Yeah, because we want to be able to expand as quickly and cheaply as possible, especially when it comes to our influence. Because when we have factions, we have two factions, most likely. It's going to be our xenophobic and our spiritualist. Now, the fanatic xenophobes are a bit tough to please sometimes, but we're really going to want to be rushing to get some alloys on production. That way we can have a decent fleet. And then the next planet we find is most likely going to be research, and then so on and so forth. We need to specialize our planets as much as possible in this playthrough, because we're really going to want to take advantage of snowballing our economy. Not to mention we're going to be taking over quite a few worlds, so with what little gene tailoring research that we have, we're probably going to want to at least try, and we got the first league again. Oh my god. We're going to at least try to adapt specific species to specific planets. That way we have a better chance at surviving on different places. But almost there to build the first alloy foundry. Wonderful. So we have the first league again. That will be great once we have it, because that is a functioning ecumenopolis. There is no need to restore it to its ecumenopolis from a relic world like you have to do on PC. So, this is pretty perfect. So far, a nice little start. First league, we've got a nice little spot right down here on the bottom half of the galaxy, and we're right next to a nebula, which is kind of cool. There's a couple black holes near us as well. And, you know what? We could really use the influence right now, because we're going to be expanding here very, very soon. In fact, let's go ahead and use some of those alloys. And let's grab another science ship. We'll grab the construction ship next. And you can see that our stuff is actually cheaper because we are fanatic purifiers. Which is wonderful.
Anomaly found.
Alright, so this system's definitely going to be one to come back through because we've got 2 level 6 anomalies in there that would take over 1,000 days each. So we're definitely going to want to come back through there. Alright, that's our next science ship. We should have the energy to get a leader here in the next couple of days. Stop pausing the game, Ryan. I swear I would be terrible in multiplayer because I would just continuously pause the game. Alright, and then we'll get them to explore all of this crap out here. As soon as we make first contact, we're going to be in fleet building mode. That's pretty much my go-to thing whenever I play these very violent playthroughs. Whether I'm a fanatic purifier, a determined exterminator, driven assimilators, everything like that. You gotta be as aggressive as possible, and you have to take what's yours. But let's see, let's go ahead and start building what we can. And there's one of our first worlds. Size 13 world, not too bad. This is probably going to have a terraforming candidate on it, if I had to guess. But overall,
system survey complete.
I'm pretty happy with this. So let's go ahead and build our construction ship. So I tend to run with at least 2 construction ships right from the beginning. One to expand and one to build the mining stations from where the people expand to. Got a lot of energy in space, which is nice. There's already 10 energy over here. We have 3 more that we can exploit in our system. And we have plus 11 trade value, which is really nice. And there's world number 2.
A new technology.
Perfect. Let's grab this one. No, let's grab this one first. We don't want to be stuck too much on that stuff.
Construction complete.
Alright, so perfect. We have our next alloy forge and our next alloy foundry good to go. That will start pumping out more alloys here very soon. Once the month ticks over, we're up to plus 17.
We have mastered a new technology.
And we have, like, no energy, which is okay.
System survey complete.
Pop growth speed plus 10%. We're now going to level out the negative that we have with our species.
We have mastered a new technology.
Which is always nice to see. Let's start upgrading some of our materials for our ships. And we're going to want to be building the energy as soon as possible because we are always having energy issues in the beginning of the game. And let's go ahead and negate that negative that we had, and now we've got a plus 10% to our growth speed, which should bring us up to the regular growth speed that we should have. Yep, 3.6, perfect. So, because we're fanatic xenophobes, we do actually cancel out the slow breeders as is, so we're growing at, what, 20% faster? So that's really great. That's actually really great. Alright, so there's the next construction ship. So we'll send this guy over to... Let's send him this way first. And you... Let's send you over... We're lacking alloys, okay. So yeah, we'll send the one to Kandara, and then we'll send that one to Hark. Then we'll have the one that's currently in Scion build all of the stations. Alright, that one we can do. Also, yes, we are using the Humanoid ship set because it looks so sexy. I love it. It just screams Star Wars, and I love it so much. Our stations look amazing, too. They're so pretty. Oh, I love the way they look. And we have another building slot available. Next building that we're probably going to put down is going to be another alloy foundry. I know you should probably put down another research facility, but at the same time, I'm trying to build a fleet as fast as possible, so that when we do come across first contact, we will be able to take them out as soon as possible. How does this world look? Okay, good energy in mining. Very, very good. It's a better mining world than it is generator, but you know what? I'm completely fine with that. Olga Capus, perfect. Also, my original idea for this empire was going to be the little pygmy shrews, basically the rackets from on PC, but I decided PSI-SNAILS would be better. And this is not a vanilla empire, it's one that I made. So, for those of you that were wondering.
Construction complete.
Alright, we've successfully expanded, wonderful. Our empire grows. Now, the one thing that I had actually forgotten about Fanatic Purifiers is that they can still exploit trade value, which is interesting. I would expect them not to be able to exploit trade value, because it's like, well, they don't really care about the market, so, you know, why would they want to do that? But let's go and reduce the upkeep of our star bases. That way we're not spending nearly as much There we go. And once this guy's done with some of that energy, we'll have him build what's there. Alright, how is this world looking? Not as good, but it'll be okay for food. Yeah, we'll probably do that for food and minerals. What do we have right here? Arid world. This is going to be the exact opposite of what we need, I think. But hopefully there's some primitives on it that want to become a part of our empire and become unity. That's another reason why we need to find alien life as soon as possible, because when it comes to building with a fanatic purifier, finding enough aliens to purge is going to be nice because it's going to really boost our unity production. Now, truthfully, we could take some of our trade value and turn it into unity and energy, but not right now.
System survey complete.
So because I'm paranoid of energy problems, I'm going to go ahead and spend 300 minerals on our next energy district, and then possibly when this research is done, we'll take a look at the energy tech to get that stuff going. But okay, now we can go ahead and start to expand to these couple places through here, and that'll be good. Alright, so far we haven't made any contact with any aliens. No, there's no AI, there's no, so far, there's no, like, space amoebas or crystalline structures, mining drones, all that garbage.
We have mastered a new technology.
Alright, field manipulation is good to go. Let's unlock those blue shooty boys. And we're going to get an extra 10% growth speed in the next 5 days. Perfect.
We have mastered a new technology.
More unity, please. And unlocks the additional edicts or campaigns, which we will definitely be taking. Alright, so let's move you over to there. You're going to build that mineral mining deposit right there. So far, this is a really good start. I mean, it's only been 4 years, but I'm pretty happy with this. So we're going to colonize the small planet first. Probably a dumb idea, I know, but it was one system away. Complete. So we may as well. We have a free alloy in that system too. Cool. Alright, expansion is about to be done. And there we go. First ever Ascension perk, and we're going to take Interstellar Dominion. So Consecrated Worlds is only good if you have Gaia Worlds, because then you get a specific amount of unity from that one. And the worlds that are around us are too important to have Consecrated Worlds, so we're not going to have that as of yet. Interstellar Dominion is great in the beginning, because being able to expand as quickly as possible, we would have a negative 30% to our, or a minus 30% cost to our starbase's influence cost, which is great in the beginning, but later on down the road, it's not nearly as important, especially when, you know, instead of expanding regularly, you're expanding through claims, or just wiping people out. So, I don't know. Nihilistic Acquisition, don't care about that. One Vision would be good, because then we get less amenities usage and more unity. But I think Interstellar Dominion is going to prove to be one of the best ones for us. Even though it's only going to be an early game Ascension perk to have, it'll still be nice to be able to expand
Construction complete.
And not really have to worry about being bogged down. In fact, if we go ahead and do this, we can rebuy that, and that'll only cost us 22 influence. And then we can go ahead and build out there as well. And in fact, we can go ahead and stop doing that, because I always forget it's still going to charge you more if you queue them, which is really dumb. Okay, let's see. Before we build anything there, we need to get this colony. Holy shit! 2,100 days! Fuck that stuff. Let's get this colony going. You...
Situation log updated.
Go ahead and study that, please. Then we'll have you research that. And then we'll have you come back out here. Luckily, yeah, that was the last thing that he had to do in that system. So we'll just have him come out there. Alright, very good. Carrier operations, which means we can get our bastions up and running as soon as we need to. Now, the thing about playing such a violent and, you know, aggressive playstyle is you tend to have moving borders. So we're really going to have to pay attention to which borders we want to move and how far we want to move those borders, because it can get a little bit carried away. We can get a little bit carried away with expansion.
Construction complete.
Alright, perfect. And then we can have you expand out to there. That'll only cost 22 influence. I think that was honestly the best way to do it, because a negative or a minus 20% cost as far as influence goes is very nice. And I mean, we're paying 30% less for our expansion anyways, so that's really good, honestly. I'm pretty happy with that. Consumer goods are looking good. Our growth is surprisingly fast for being slow breeders, which I'm very happy about. Soon we'll be able to afford the next alloy foundry, and we'll really be able to start pumping out some alloys. Our energy is back into the positive, which is great.
Special product complete.
And wonderful. There's 128 stored engineering research, which is great. Okay, what do we have here? Enigmatic spacefarers?
Complete.
Oh good, they're just the Tianki. Wonderful. I saw something yellow jump into my space. I was like, God dang it, don't tell me they're right next to me. Alright, so we're continuing to expand with all of this stuff. We can go and start building some research stations, some more mining stuff in space. So far, so good. Don't want to jinx it, but so far, so good. Once we have 200 alloys here, once the month ticks over, we will have 2 planets under our colonization wing, or we're snails, so under our shell. How's that sound? So that's ready to colonize? Yes, perfect. The planet already has a planned colony, and that'll be nice because we've not found any other planets that we can successfully live on. However,
have mastered a new technology.
It will be nice to have that. Let's go ahead and get these off-world trading companies done. I always end up leaving this one until like the last one, but we gotta blow through some society research. We gotta blow through some of that stuff.
Construction complete.
Alright, so we're continuing to expand. We're going to expand a little bit up to this way because we need to have this system under lockdown as well because it has a couple of our precursor stuff in it. So next we should go into Discovery, I think. We're going to go into Discovery so we get the bonuses to our survey speed as well as to our research stations. We found a curator, and this is the curators. We won't be able to use them because we are fanatic purifiers, not to mention we're fanatic xenophobes. So they won't really like us all that much, which is fine. We don't need their bonuses as much this time.
Colonization efforts begun.
Perfect. The first PSI-SNAIL colony has been underway with another 128 stored engineering research. Wunderbar. Oh, hello there. What do we have here? Continental and tropical world. Those won't be good for us either, but with any luck, there will be some primitives on some of them. But so far, we've got a great-looking economy, especially for the early game. And we can start putting down the foundry here very soon. In fact, you know what? I'm impatient, so let's go ahead and buy 500 of those.
We have mastered a new technology.
And plop down another alloy foundry, and there we go. Next, ooh, but I want that one. Ooh, frick it. Put it in. We do need the extra energy. Oh, hello.
We have
What do we have here? Alpine World, size 23. That could actually be okay. More coil guns, please. That's a size 23 coil, or size 23 coil world, perfect. Size 23 Alpine World.
Complete.
It's probably going to be yellow, if I had to guess, for habitation. Alright, let's have you build some of that there. And then you, you build something there, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, right now we're doing perfect on influence. We're struggling for alloys because we're expanding so quickly. But that is A-okay. And this is just the Tianki, right? Yeah, okay, good. The Tianki space whales. They're so cute, especially on PC because they have little babies. And they like to just roam around.
Construction complete.
Alright, signs of battle? Sure, go for it. It's only 250 days. It's only almost a year, it's fine. I'm honestly super excited, though, to be going back into a new Stellaris playthrough, because honestly, every damn time I open this game on PC or on Xbox, it's always like, yeah, you know, I have a playthrough going already, but you know what? I want to start a new one. But we got some extra free influence from that Xeno scum. We'll be taking them out probably as soon as we can. They're going to be really good friends with us because, well, they're going to be in our space. But, yeah, no, we can't talk to them. Oh well, that's fine. And luckily we're going to be starting with extra pops on our planet because we already went through expansion. And we have pretty good amounts of unity coming through. Alright, and then let's get the regular stuff underway first. And we'll continue to expand as much as we need to. I want to at least have one black hole in our space so that I can continue to do the jump in and out to see if that works. So this guy is done. Let's go ahead and have him survey both of those. We'll have him start surveying this way, into this nebula. That way we can see what's in here. That's the nice thing about having multiple science ships out at the same time. You can kind of survey a massive amount of space, no pun intended, but a massive amount of space, and really find out where you're going.
Construction complete.
Alright, perfect. So that one's done right there. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, that's plus 10 minerals. Holy crap! Yeah, let's come down there. Come down there and build my next one, please, my friend.
Colonization efforts begun.
Okay, so there's a sign of battle right there, but I think what we'll go ahead and do... Is this the one that's got a whole bunch of projects?
Survey complete.
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just have you do that. We'll have you survey the system, and then we'll have you come through here. And then we'll have you come back through to do all this stuff right there. Because that is one of the arms to go into the central part of the galaxy, so we don't really want to do all that. Honestly, we're just probably going to be like a thin, like on the arm galaxy or empire for a while until we make first contact with some of the bigger boys, and then we can kind of start snaking our way towards them and then take them out in the loving and fun way of Stellaris, which is bathing them in nuclear fire. Still nothing. That's really good. Every time I'm about to jump into a new system, my heart drops into my feet because I'm like, oh, what's going to be in this system now? Alright, increase survey speed. Yeah, we're still doing okay for Unity, which is really great. And it's mainly because of our enforcers, if I'm not mistaken, because we've also got these. The rulers create amenities, but our enforcers also create Unity, which is really great to see. We've only got one enforcer, and it's only creating extra 2. Where the hell's all of our extra Unity come from? I don't know. But I had to go ahead and distribute luxury goods on this planet because we were having an amenities issue. But hopefully that will be solved here soon.
Special product complete.
Wonderful. Extra research and XP for our scientist. That is always a win in my book. Doing really good economy-wise. Really, really good economy-wise. Because the good thing is, we've got the clerks. They're not making our trade value as of right now. So, that's 246 trade value in the form of energy. So we'll be right back up there to our plus, 20 energy here very soon. I just noticed in our trinary star system we have a brown dwarf.
We have claimed a new world for our people.
That's super cool to have a brown dwarf as one of our trinary stars. That's super cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and plop down some food right there and a city district when we have the minerals too. So for now we'll do food and then minerals, and then we'll go from there. Let's see, can I just go ahead and buy some of this stuff, please? Thank you. And then right here. Yes. No. Okay, I still don't have enough. Okay, then. But luckily, we are making quite a few alloys. It's actually going to be able to allow us to reinforce here very soon. It's only going to cost us 1,734 to get our first 20 ships under wraps. And that's even with the upgrades that we've already put in.
Anomaly found.
So we've got level 2 coil guns, level 2 lasers,
we have mastered
level
a new
2
technology.
armor, and then level 1 shields. We need to get new shields, and would you look at that? There they are. Perfect.
System survey complete.
We've almost got the second planet under our wraps, and
we have
soon
mastered a new technology.
We'll expand out here to Vertimon, and we'll be able to go from there. So right here, more food, please. That's fine. Yeah, we'll probably just go ahead and get rid of some of the food
a new
techs.
technology.
There we go. And we want faster building speed on our planets. Even though it's a pretty expensive tech to get early on, it'll still be okay. Ooh. Okay. I think this will give us a free science ship, if I'm not mistaken. Is this the one that gives us the free science ship? I can't remember. I mean, if it is, that's fine with me. Because I'll just send that one on auto explore. Or, what I'll do is I'll send it on
complete.
Studying the precursors. Because that's always a positive. But I like our little shape right now. We kind of look like...
Construction complete.
We look like West Virginia, maybe a little bit. Maybe if you turn it upside down, we look like the gecko. I don't know. I'm really reaching here. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what we look like. But I'm okay with it. And you should be too. Cormagion is the name of this system. That's a pretty big-ass system. But luckily, this spot right here is actually going to be the spot for one of our first bastions. Ooh, where are these lovely individuals, and what age are you in, and how can I kill you? They're in the Steam age. Wonderful. They're all down there playing PC games. What a bunch of silly people. So they're in the Steam age. they will become our first subjects to purge from the galaxy. Unfortunately, they are indeed on a desert world, or savanna world, which doesn't help us in any shape or form. But, how many pops are there? Faction founded. Okay, there's our factions. There's 16 pops, okay. How happy are our factions, I wonder? Alright, so the Strong Alone, perfect, and Fanatic Purifiers, Psionic Pursuit. Okay, so far they are very happy, which is great, because now we have increased amounts of influence, and if you haven't noticed, we're kind of, like, rich in influence. So, yeah, speaking of rich, we're rich in alloys, too. Let's just go ahead and reinforce those bad boys, shall we? That way, if we do come across anybody, we can just kind of, you know, smite them, as is our duty in this galaxy. Duty. Alright, let's see. Psionia, we're growing quite well, but we're also emigrating, which is okay, because we're still growing at a 2.8 a month. More research, please.
A new world for our
and our next home is going to be Energy Prime. Once it starts to build, yes. Oi, 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 what was that one? Yeah, that's fine. 450, that's fine.
Complete.
That'll be nice later on down the road. When we have our mission with the Shroud, we have found Zro, which is really good. And it's in the system with the primitives, too. Oh, man, I love this game. Okay, so still nothing. Still nothing on these arms. With any luck, we're alone on this arm. But I highly doubt it. That's why I want to get all this stuff discovered first. And all this stuff, too. So that we're not just this weird-looking spaghetti monster.
Complete.
Okay. Both of my ships got finished constructing at once. So we need to start expanding out to... Oi, what the fuck just happened? Intriguing. And research, please. And build that. Thank you.
Anomaly 5.
Okay, lots and lots of anomalies. That's the only problem with having so many science ships out at once. Okay, so because we're using a lot of energy in space now, we need to be building energy in space as well.
Construction complete.
Oh, but there's just so many minerals in space. Give me all of the resources, please! Give me all the resources. Alright, we've successfully negated one of our other negatives. So basically, our species is now neutral. We've negated slow breeders, and we've negated slow learners, which is wonderful, because now our species will grow faster, and they'll be smarter leaders as well, which is great. That's kind of why those two are kind of like my go-to ones for negatives. I tend to stay away from the ones that really can, like, damn your economy early on.
Complete.
I was gonna go with the energy one, which would give us more energy credits from, you know, each job. But at the same time, I didn't really see a purpose to it, because once this planet is good to go, we'll be pumping out 4 in each job. And yeah, so that'll be good. Not to mention we got a bunch of energy coming down this way, so I think we're gonna be just fine. And one of our science ships is done, it looks like. You are not done, but we need you to come back through here. Get a little bit more XP, please. And then depending on how crazy science-y you are, we'll determine whether or not we send you to study the precursors. Ooh, there's a planet out here. And it's size 22 continental. Alright. Nothing too crazy. We need to unlock crystal manufacturing as soon as possible. Our fleet is looking mighty strong. It's a strong one. Look at it. Look at these little Star Destroyer looking motherfuckers. Although they don't look like Star Destroyers. They look like the Arquentin, the light cruiser or the light destroyer, whatever you want to call it. What's wrong with you two? Are you trying to be special? What's wrong with this one too? Crazy ass ships. Kind of wish I could sell my influence because I have so much of it.
Construction complete.
Alright, perfect. So that's the end of that. Now we only need to reinforce 6 ships, and we can actually almost do that too. It's really nice to have a good fleet already. But we want planets first. So let's go ahead and start doing this one. I know it's going to be a bit expensive here, if I'm not mistaken. Habitability for us is 70%. It's probably going to be an increase in happiness and amenities too, most likely. Because that's how it is on PC, but I don't know if that's how it is here on Xbox. I can't remember. So one of the first buildings we're going to build on this is most likely going to be civilian goods. because we need to keep up with our consumer goods. The way that we got handicapped in one of the last ones that we played, oh man. Ooh, that's good. That'll produce alloys, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it will. Ooh, hello. Free energy credits from Pirate Treasure. And let's go ahead and start with the volatile motes as well. Because, as we all found out when we played with the lock-in mechanists, we didn't find rare crystals until like the year 2283. So we want to be able to make sure we have the strategic resources that we need. And once we get habitats, we'll be able to spam those suckers everywhere. Because with the amount of influence we've got now, hopefully we'll be able to keep a whole bunch of that as we go on. And if not, get more. Alright, so yeah, we need to start getting our energy back.
Construction evasive maneuvers initiated.
Ah, there they are. Perfect. And of course, it's in one of the damn black hole systems that we... Oh, good lord! Fucking marauders. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Oh, you're kidding me. There are marauders right next to me? They're right here. Bet you this whole entire spot is infected with them. Infested with them is what I meant to say. Yeah, they're probably all in these systems right here. Frickin' hell. Alright, that's fine. We have another black hole over here. Well, okay. That's interesting. You... how exactly do you intend to get over there?
We have mastered a new technology.
You're gonna go around, right? Not exactly how he plans to get over there, but okay. Let's go ahead and do automatic survey. Okay, perfect. Our energy is not looking good right now. We're at -10, but at the same time, nobody's working in the... right here. Nobody's working in the technician slot, so that's 8 energy that we're losing right there. Not to mention on our capital, nobody's working in the clerks. Okay. So, next building we should build on the home planet is the energy grid.
We have mastered a new technology.
To boost our energy production. Hello there, beautiful. Destroyers. Oh, we need this. But destroyers are more fun.
Anomaly found.
Hopefully that won't bite me in the butt later on down the road.
We have mastered a new technology.
Okay, let's try this. Colonial centralization. Good to see. Now here's something we're going to have to live with if we do it. If we decide to, we can send our brand new army of fresh recruits over to here with a general. And we can just put them in orbit. Just throw them in orbit real fast. Yeah, I know, we're losing energy, I get it. We can go ahead and sell some of our food. Yeah, that works. So yeah, we're going to put our army in orbit of that planet. And we'll invade them when we have a positive energy income. Because when we take over that planet, we're going to have all of the planet's infrastructure under our economy. And it's going to kind of hurt a little bit for a second. Alright, we got 1,000 fleet power already. Very nice to see. We're only 16 years into the game. And technology's looking good, even though we haven't built one research lab. Kind of nice. 4th planet is underway. And honestly, we're in pretty good shape. We'll be able to build the energy grid here soon. Pretty sure. We have that researched, right? Yes, we do. So that'll give us a plus 15% from the energy jobs that we have there. FTL inhibition, please. We need to be able to block people if they decide to come into our space. But overall, this has been a really nice start. We haven't made first contact. It's kind of the same thing that we had with our first playthrough with the lock-in mechanists. However, there's a difference with the lock-in mechanist playthrough than I think with this one. The lock-in mechanist was on a large galaxy, if I'm not mistaken. This is only on a medium-sized galaxy, so it's probably going to be a quicker game. Not to mention, we have the start year of the endgame crisis at the year 2300, as opposed to 2350. So, oh my god, that's so many minerals. Every single one of those frickin' things is awesome. Alright, we can build both of those. There we go. Alright, energy is trying to come back. It's trying. It's trying to come back. Are we almost done? Oh, for the love of God. Why are you coming all the way over here again? More marauders. Wonderful. Yeah, no, they're all going to be right in this space right here. The nebula is hiding them. Okay, here. You can survey that. Survey that and survey that. And then we'll have you come through here and we'll have you do all of these anomalies, if you don't mind. There you go. Research those anomalies and research those anomalies. Well, hello there, natural wormhole. Once we get the tech, we'll find out where that's going, because I hate having wormholes in my space. There's another curator right there, probably the, what are they? Not the pacifists, the Unity
Anomaly found.
Sure. But this system's kind of nice. Size 24 Tundra world and a size 21 Alpine world. Both of which we'll be able to live on. Yeah, that's going to be nice. The Tundra world might not be. Not sure, we'll see. But this is a good little spot right here. Not to mention there's a black hole right there. Oh no, these are the curators. Oh, and who the hell are these guys? Oh, they're also curators. Okay, never mind.
Anomaly found.
Good lord. Okay, do it. Okay, there's our first building that we can build on this planet. And civilian industries, please. Oh my god, and we need more food and more city, please, because we're out of housing and jobs. So the first one we'll build on this one is a research lab, and then an energy grid, and then more research labs. So this will be our research planet right here. Not a big planet, but that's okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. Well, I tell you what, minerals are not looking bad anytime soon. It's just energy right now. That's the only thing that's our problem. Once we're able to put down that energy grid, though, we should be back in the positive. If they would grow faster. Oh my god. Maybe I should build... Maybe that should be my first building on this planet, is the energy grid. Because even though we're only producing energy from these two jobs, that'll still probably put us in the positive. In fact, yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Then after that, we'll do research labs. Because we're definitely going to want to start boosting our research, and we'll just eventually probably turn our capital into an alloy world, just a foundry world, and remove the research labs that are on there. Speaking of that, what's our governor look like? What's good about Gnaeus Latilis? Okay, it's just a they clear blockers faster. All right, more power. And discovery is done. Ah, there's the big cost for Unity. Yep, okay. So, let's see. Technological ascendancy or one vision? More research speed or more Unity? Because let's see. We're going to be taking the Colossus Project, 1. 2, 3. And then 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. I think we can take both of them. Oh no, we can't take both of them because we already have 1. So we can take 7 more perks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So, Mind Over Matter, Transcendence, or let's see. Galactic Wonders, Master Builders, Habitats, Mind Over Matter, Transcendence. Yeah, we can take both of them. Okay, we're going to do Unity first, because more Unity would be fine. Especially because that's kind of what we're struggling with right now. Terraforming will be great because we've got a couple worlds in our space that we can terraform into better planets. Better pizza Papa John's. And right here, let's go ahead and build this energy grid. Now, the other thing that we're probably going to be building a lot of is these commercial zones. The commercial zones are great for creating the trade value, especially if you decide to base a lot of your energy economy off of trade. Not to mention, you can also float your economy with Unity and consumer goods with the trade policies as well. So those are also really good. So we should probably find a big planet to plop down a whole bunch of those, the galactic markets and stuff like that, because then we can really start to boost things. And there's a lot of trade value in space, too, that we're not taking advantage of, which we need to. It's just I got to work on where to place it. Probably one right here. And then maybe... yeah, probably one right here. That would work. That could probably collect a whole bunch of this stuff right here. So we'll see. So we also unlocked destroyers, which we're going to go ahead and keep as the picket ships. But we'll go ahead and replace one of these with the blue lasers. Then we'll go ahead and autocomplete right there. And then we'll auto-complete and auto-upgrade our corvettes, just like that. Now, if you're taking a look at our fleet, our alloy production, we're in a good spot, honestly. Now, we're going to try to diversify a little bit when it comes to our fleet composition this time, because the absolute ridiculousness that was the Lock-in Mechanists playthrough that we had with all of our Corvette fleets, I want to try and stay away from that and try and build more cruisers and battleships and destroyers and have a more well-rounded fleet. You know, everything, rather than only having Corvettes. Because let's be honest, that got a little bit crazy.
We have mastered a new technology.
But before we end off today's episode right here, I do want to go ahead and do one of our first xenophobic things. And even though I said we were going to wait until we had positive energy, we're still going to invade these lovely, gross Xeno scum.
Invading Xeno land.
Give me your butts, my Xeno people. And we barely took any
Xeno
damage.
land secure.
Wunderbar.
Construction complete.
Alright, now let's take a look. So we are purging them. Let's make sure that there are none of our species on this planet, because we do not want them on this planet. Declare population controls, please. And there's probably 27% crime. Okay, that's fine. We don't want any of our stuff on this planet. We only want to be purging them, because now we are producing minerals, food, and unity.
A new world for our people.
So that's fun. Where does it say we're purging their pops, though? It doesn't. Oh, there they are. Perfect. So we're eating them, producing more food, and lots of unity. Wonderful! Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. We also got our new world right here. Go and build some of that. And now we can keep selling a bit more food, get some of our energy back. And now we just wait for them to purge all of those good and lovely pops. We don't need that planet, so we won't be keeping that planet. Let's send our brave troops back home. And unfortunately, guys, we are indeed at the end of today's episode right here. But an incredible good first episode, if I do say so myself. Very happy with our start. Our energy is a little bit lackluster. It's a bit piss poor, if you ask me, but we should be getting better. We should be getting closer to, you know,
System survey complete.
positive energy gain here very, very, very soon. Not to mention, we've got a couple things right here, and they'll start working on that stuff. And hopefully,
Complete.
you know, within the next episode or two, we get a positive energy income with all of our lovely stuff. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.